So today's guest, I know him from so many years ago. We went to high school together. We were in musicals together. We did some things that I cannot share here. We'll get arrested together. And he is such a force in the world of fashion. I feel like the 254 does not celebrate him enough. And so we're going to change that today. I'm talking about Sunny Dolat. Shangwe na vigelegele. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
How's it
Seriously,
going?
like we're such good friends, but we haven't seen each other in like such a long time. But we shall not tell any secrets, please. Let me just prep him before we sit down. To
Anything like pre-2008?
Before we found the Lord.
Yeah.
But we're going to go into the Tin Roof Café and just enjoy a conversation. You get to find out more about what Sunny's about the fashion industry. And even if you're watching and you want to get into the fashion industry, like what spots are available for you. So first things first, as we wait for your smoothie, who is Sunny Dolat? Other than don't tell me like the stories that I know high school. Please.
I don't even think I'm the same person anymore.
YouTube will ban this channel.
I say, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
It's such a difficult question to answer. I think I'm many things. I think I am all the things that I'm interested in. I'm interested in fashion, obviously. I'm interested in arts. I'm interested in space and the role of space and how people interact with space. Thank you. So, I'm a hotelier by training.
Oh yeah, I forgot that bit.
Yep, I have a degree in hospitality management.
Yeah.
But then I currently work in the arts and finance. So I work for two organizations, a member of the Nest Collective, and I also work for HIPA Fund.
Okay.
So not really doing what I studied.
I don't think there's anybody who like actually,
in my defense, I did it for a little while. I had as you know, I worked at Tribe for about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed my time there. But then when obviously, so I know kind of like Jim and George quite well, and when they were starting the Nest and they were like, we're starting this thing, are you interested? And I was like, yeah, I felt ready for a challenge, and I kind of like ran there and I've never gone back.
When I see you, Sunny, I see fashion. You're the first person I'd call like, oh, I'm having a shoot now. When I used to
forget that you were my model for my art project.
Okay, so let me tell you guys something. Back in the day,
when she was a model,
we literally were taking photos in my mother's house.
Yep.
And we didn't have lighting. So we turned on the lights.
What camera were you using?
I don't know what camera we were
I wouldn't
using.
be surprised if you're using a phone.
And all I do is like lean close
to the light.
And so it would look like I'm being so deep, but I'm just trying to like.
Because those were for the pictures for your poetry gig, right?
Yeah, and then I used them for my poetry gig, but they were also for your projects.
They were for my project, but then you were also trying to build a modeling portfolio because there was someone in like Namibia who was like.
Was I trying to be a model?
Yes, you were.
We say no secret. Come on now.
Visual arts was always my focus all through high school and IB. So even I did visual arts high, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I think when I was in IB is when I first felt confident enough to really get my hands into fashion. And so at the time, I thought I wanted to be a designer, which is why I was busy trying to design and make clothes.
Yeah.
So I think for about like 3 years, I tried to do that. And then shortly after joining uni, I met Jim.
Which Jim?
Jim Chuchu.
Jim from Just the Band. He's being so Kenyan. He's just like, when
but like he's not in the band anymore.
No, yeah, he's just like, when I met Obama. Oh no, you say when I was hanging out with Barack.
Get out.
The Barack.
Jim had a shoot and he was like, do you want to come and and like help me out on set, like all the clothing stuff. And I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. Can't be that difficult.
Yeah.
That was the first time I was on a set, and the first time I styled. And I was like, okay, there's something interesting here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just kind of like kept on doing it.
I find it very fascinating where different parts of art overlap, right? So when you have fashion and film, right? Which is not really super, what would I say? Not many people are doing that in Kenya. I feel like it could be done more because I like to think that we have the best creatives, the best artists. But what exactly, where does fashion meet film for you?
Everywhere. And it's not just fashion and film, I think it's fashion and music. I think it's film and music. I think all the disciplines within art have the potential to have such deep relationships. I think fashion is a medium that people express themselves with, especially with if you look at a genre like fashion film, which is an emerging genre, because again, people are aware that also that clothing and fashion can contribute into a narrative, and so that's kind of like where fashion film stems from. And I think it's a field with tremendous potential. I think there's a few stuff that's come out of here that's been quite nice, and I'd really love to see more. I think there's something there. And then like just to slowly just kind of like add on more elements, you know, like bring in music if you can, bring in like all these other things. I think it'd be,
As Kenyans, we have this mentality, or rather the generation before us has this mentality of if you are actually going to get into a career, there's like serious careers, and then there's careers for us guys.
The hobbies.
The
hobbies. They call them the hobbies.
Nice. That's nice. Now face your
you know. Like,
so did you face any challenge like that? Because somebody who's watching could actually be battling that now.
Absolutely. The time I went home and I was like, I want to be a lawyer.
And
like, of course, I was like,
that girl just like, yes.
And I was in high school at the time. I must have been in Form 2. And then after that, we started doing a lot of musicals. So I went home and I was like, I want to be a dancer. And they were like,
the dancing lawyer.
No, like, you know that time when like now even your mom just looks outside the window because she's like, please.
And she's praying. God, what type of child is this?
Like, what have I done to deserve this?
Dancer.
Dancer. And then I was like, I want to be a journalist. And so that was the plan. All through until I got to the admission office. And I looked at the sheet and I was like, I'm actually not going to do journalism. I'm going to do hospitality. So that was a fight throughout. Like for 4 years we fought. They were like, there's still time, please. There's still time. So and I even remember like when I got my internship, because how I got into Tribe was I landed an internship before graduating. And then they offered me a job and I stayed all through. So when I was working there, they're like, what do you do? And it wasn't until maybe like 2 years in when they came over to the hotel for brunch. And they were like, okay, we get it now. Like, okay.
After
like,
graduating, everything.
Wow.
Is there money in the industry?
Absolutely. It takes a lot to get there. Part of it is, again, putting in the work. You're not just going to be a stylist for 1 week and then expect that, you know, next week someone's going to offer you to do a shoot that's going to pay you $300,000 to $400,000. It's not going to happen. And so, I guess appreciating and acknowledging that, and just working tirelessly to be the best at what you do. You know, like know your shit. One of the most crucial things about styling is, and it's not even just styling, I think it's any artist, any art form, is what's your point of view? You know, like what are you offering? When I got into styling, there was maybe 8 other stylists maximum, you know? That's not the case now. There's so many more. And if you look at more kind of like more developed markets, you look at the States, you look at Europe, like there's so many stylists. And so why does, I don't know, Karine Roitfeld get hired over I don't know, like Anna Trevelyan.
Yeah.
You know, it's your aesthetics, it's your politics, it's your point of view, because that's what people are buying into. That's one of the most crucial things, and I don't know how you teach aesthetics.
You can't. I think it's just like it's a journey. It's like
it is.
It comes with self-awareness and you know.
Because it's honing an eye.
Yeah.
And so like that's the thing that I've never been able to explain. Where like sometimes someone will tell me, oh, like how do you sometimes compose the images that you do? And I'm like,
it just happens.
It's been such a long process that I don't know how to explain for you in like a little paragraph, you know, like neatly. Allow yourself to grow and read. I think we're in that kind of like weird age where maybe we're not reading as much as we should.
We aren't. What's really dope is that Tin Roof Café has a library. Seriously though, that was not planned.
Plug.
Just hit me now, and I was just like, Adele, high five yourself. But yeah, so it's been really dope talking to Sunny Dolat.
Thank you for having me.
He hasn't spilled any of our secrets from back in the day, so that's really dope. If he does now, we'll just edit them out.
So quick soundbite.
We'll just edit them out. I have dirt on you as well.
Please understand this, that whatever dirt you have on me, yours is worse, because we were always together and you were always more ratchet than I was.
And
Please remember.
There was no word like ratchet then, so it was what everybody was doing. It was the norm.
Well.
Make sure you subscribe so that you get to be the first to watch the next episode. We still have my 50-50 mission that's coming really soon. But right now, we are at the Tin Roof Café. It's right opposite the hub in Karen, Nairobi. Beautiful space, and if you don't believe me, we're going to show you what it's all about just now.